I'm Allan Dale from Gale Force Wins, and I am in the Harbour Strong podcast, and I want to tell you, great conversations, people sharing amongst one another in a very, very inviting space. And on that note, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Cortez Hancock. I am the counseling practitioner and owner of Priority Health Counselling. And I just came out here today because I think it's a great cause to be out here getting some, brotherhood amongst men, creating a space where people can come and hang out, get to know one another, but also talk about a very important topic like mental health and why it matters extremely to men, actually.
So tell me that, why is it so important to be in this conversation right now around men's mental health?
I think what makes it so important is because so often we see men trying to tough it out, be a man, right? Tough it out. You don't need to talk about anything. You don't need anybody to have your back. You can slug it, pull up your bootstraps, do it on your own. But I like to, obviously we see so many struggles within our society. We see that men's, their mental health is extremely important, but also there's a lot of men that are struggling. We see the ratios of 4 to 1 when it comes to suicide ideation, those types of things for men. So it's an extremely important thing for men to know that they have a place where, have people that have their back. I think that's really important, and they have a place where maybe they can unload some of those things, whether it's through doing a hike like we did today, or whether it's through playing a game of pool with someone, and they get to know that they don't have to slug it out alone. They can have someone to, if they feel like open it up about that kind of stuff. It's really about building that, that camaraderie, that, someone to have your back, really. I think that's the biggest thing.
Cortez, was there an event or an experience that caused you to shift your perspective around men's mental health?
I think it's, for me, I'm originally from Labrador, a small town in Labrador, and I see that, going back to the statistics, in my, part of the province, we actually have a higher level of mental health struggle and everything, and higher suicide ideation rate, and it's something that was shocking to me when I discovered that, and seeing the ratios of men definitely struck a chord in my heart and made me think okay, we need to do something about this. We need to provide a place where guys can be guys. It's not the same when it comes to guys. When it comes to other parts of the population, guys really like to have fun. They like competition, like we were doing today. But then they also like to know that they have people that they can relate to and that feel comfortable maybe talking about some of the more harder stuff, like whether it's talking about their jobs, whether it's talking about finances, talking about past things that may have played a big impact on their lives and how they process things and how they go through life. And so it gives an alternative to some of the main alternatives that we see with men, which is usually turning towards, some kind of beverage to try and, drown that out, or, other outlets that aren't necessarily healthy. So creating a place where people can come to know that, hey, you got like-minded people that are here to help, here to support, but also here to have your back. It creates much more of a better opportunity for people.
My next question is sort of, intertwined, and that is, what do you see the pathway forward? Tell me a little bit about your business, because I have a feeling that those intersect.
Yeah. So for me, I offer counseling services for anyone. And being from Labrador, I wanted to make it accessible to anyone. So I started my business just before COVID hit. But I
What part of Labrador?
Fort Tow is the name of my community.
Fort Tow, yeah.
So I started, I started my business just before COVID in 2020, and my whole mindset was that I want to be accessible. So I made my business an online platform where people could come do video conferencing or telephone conferencing, and it's a place where people can build up their health. And we talk about in our sessions, we talk about both the mental health as well as the physical health and how they're both intertwined and how it's really important. And I give people a space to heal from a lot of internal struggles. When a lot of times people that are coming and when they're talking to me, they've been battling a long time on their own, especially when it comes to men. Again, it's men try to tough it out more so than the female part of the population. They try to just pull their bootstraps up and stuff, but when they finally come to me, they've been battling a long time. They've been trying every other outlet, but when they get there, they realize, getting that stuff off your chest, whatever it is. A lot of times, I hear some of my men saying, "I've been in an internal hell, really, and I'm really struggling with it." And through our work together, they learn evidence-based practices that allow them to, get their life back from whatever it is, whether it's anxiety, whether it's depression, whether it's stress management. It doesn't matter what it is that brings them in. Like together, they start to, I present them the exercises and they put the work in, and when they do that, I see, I've had the pleasure of seeing a lot of success stories come out of my practice and stuff. And I think it's really important for men to know that, this kind of stuff does work. I tell people, you don't go to the gym one time and lift one dumbbell once and you're not instantly Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, that's not going to work. You got to come, you got to do the work, you got to be consistent with it. And when you do that, that's when you start to see people getting their life back and taking it back from whatever mental health ailment that is taking them away and pulling them out of light. And it's just, it's a great thing. I love what I do.
Sounds like one conversation at a time.
Yeah.
And on that note, what a great conversation right here at the Harbour Strong podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you for your perspective.
Thank you.